So this lesson is going to look at both multiplying and dividing mixed numbers. So let's say we have 2 2/5 times 1/4. Well, the first thing we want to do is convert any mixed number to a fraction. So convert a mixed number to a fraction. So what we need to do here is 5 times 2 plus the 2 on the top is going to give us 12/5, and then multiply that by 1/4, and what we get is 12 times 1 is 12, and 5 times 4 is 20. And that is technically right, although we could then reduce this. If there's a number that goes into 12 and 20, in fact, it would be best to look for the largest number that goes into 12 and 20, and that is 4. And so our answer is 3/5. So step 1 is convert to a mixed number, and then step 2 is multiply or divide and then as well don't forget to reduce, which can be done at a couple different stages. It can be done kind of right before you're about to multiply or divide, or after you multiply and divide at the very end. Okay? So let's look at what would have happened if this had been division. Let's say we had 2 2/5 divided by 1/4. Well, we still want to convert any mixed number to a fraction. So this would be 12/5. And then divided by 1/4, as we saw earlier, becomes multiplying by the reciprocal, right? Where we switch the numerator and the denominator. So 12 times 4 is 48, and 5 times 1 is 5. So our answer is 48/5, although we would want to reduce that because right now we have a fraction where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So we want to see how many times does 5 go into 48, and then what would the remainder be? Well, 5 goes into 48 9 times, and then 9 times 5 is 45, and then the remainder becomes 3. So our answer is 9 and 3/5. Okay, and so then this officially concludes this lesson, but I'm going to do one more example for those who need it. All right, let's look at 4 1/6 times 1 5/6. Okay, now we have to convert both of these to fractions. So we're going to do 4 times 6 plus 1. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 1 is 25. And then over here, 6 times 1 is 6, plus 5 is 11 over 6. So now what we need to do is, now that we've converted both to fractions, go ahead and multiply. 25 times 11. Well, 25 times 10 is 250. And so 11 would be just one more 25. So 250 plus 25 is 275. And then 6 times 6 is 36. So we would get 275 over 36. The only problem is we could then, this is correct, but we could then reduce this. So how many times does 36 go into 275? Well, let's see. 36 times 2 is 72. Double that, 144. So double that, 288. So it won't go in 8 times. I just did some quick calculations in my head, but you can do it with the calculator. It's totally fine. So it's going to go in 7 times. Over here, let's check 36 times 7. Well, 6 times 7 is 42. 7 times 3 is 21, and then plus 4 is 25. So we get 252. 5 minus 2 is 3. 7 minus 5 is 2. So our answer is 7 with 23 out of 36 left over. Yeah. So that is our answer right there. Now, if we were dividing, if this had been division, we would have ended up multiplying by the reciprocal. So we would have done 25 times 6, and then 6 times 11, and that's how we would have arrived at our answer, with reducing at the appropriate point. Right, so that now officially concludes this lesson.